meteorologist. If it's about the hot air versus the cold air when it comes to tornadoes and hurricanes, go to Antarctica, get a huge iceberg, and then drop it on top of the hurricane.
You know how many hurricanes there are per season? Antarctica is not going to have no more ice.
But you're breaking up people. Man, I guarantee everybody in New Orleans will be excited that they house are not destroyed and not up on the water. Hurricanes of eternity, like, hey, we in here, hey. And they're like, hey, hold on my new outfit? No, we can't go on to America. We got to go back into the ocean now because he messed up my outfit.
What's up?
Hey, we're back for another installment. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's give a warm rousing applause to none other than Twilla and Dion for another astonishing, groundbreaking episode titled
Random Ass Convos with Twilla and Dion.
This is episode 325.
Okay, speaking into existence, episode 25. Welcome.
25.
Yes.
Episode 25.
Yes.
And this episode is sponsored by H2O, Domestic with a Twist. It is a small black company based in Australia.
Oh, wow.
That gives us water.
Delicious water.
From the fountains of Tuju's.
That, and it's some great water. Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
That's really good.
I do what I do.
You know? How you doing?
I get paid. That's how I'm doing.
That's an emotion, I get paid?
Oh, I was going to say I'm getting paid, but I'm going to stay with that answer. I'm doing good because I'm getting paid.
Well, all right then.
People are acknowledging my talent, my skills, you know?
What's the talent and the skills? For those of us who don't know.
I cook crack on the porch. Most people do it in the basement. I kind of keep it on the porch to let people know I ain't afraid of y'all. They be thinking I'm actually making lemonade, but your boy over here cooking that crack. That Joe crack a lot. Do people still cook crack?
I don't know what people do with crack. This just sounded like a whole incriminating conversation. Is what it sounded like. I'm that bold. Oh, there you go.
No.
You're gonna be like them rappers that get arrested for confessing murders and stuff. In their lyrics.
I think Martha Stewart should have did that. She already did the crime, so why not? She already served the crime.
So she could confess to it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, cooking crack. Have you been seeing the news this week?
No, I haven't. Please elaborate.
It's just some crazy stuff. Like, we're gonna get to a lot of it, but I saw Trick Daddy was trending on Twitter.
Hey, that name alone should be trending.
Listen, my eyes. I don't know why. I was like, "Oh, what did Trick Daddy do? Why is Trick Daddy trending?" And everybody was like, "Don't click on why Trick Daddy's trending. Your eyes are gonna be offended. Your ears aren't gonna be able to handle it." And I could not.
What happened?
I can't say
what
it
happened?
yet. I can't say it.
Why not?
It was too much. He was talking about positionings and activities that he likes. Yep.
I'm ignorant to this conversation. Can you please tell the people what you're talking about?
Why would you bring it up? I just assumed that you were aware.
I have no idea. Why would you give us a theatrical trailer?
I can't.
Why can't you?
Cause my mom and daddy watching.
Can you give us the Christian version of why you can't talk about Trick Daddy?
In his bedroom talk behind closed doors,
okay,
he admitted that he liked, and I won't say admit because to each their own, right? But he stated that he likes a certain activity, which for him included the anus hole.
So he enjoys having sex with women in the butt?
He enjoys the oral activity that goes around.
He enjoys licking women's butts. Got it.
Other way around.
He enjoyed licking women's vaginas.
I already said it was.
You said the other way around.
But I stated it was the anal hole.
Anal hole.
Also known as the anus.
Okay.
That
so anal hole also named
enjoys. He enjoys women performing an oral activity in the anal region.
Like paid or voluntary or
voluntary. Just that's what he likes.
He enjoyed like preferably over sex.
Oh, I won't say over, but it's an activity that he enjoys.
Okay.
From the clip that I saw. And they went into detail, and I was like, oh, my young ears.
So why are you guys judging this man for the preference of
I think it's
foreplay?
The visual that nobody wanted, because he admitted legs up.
Oh. Okay.
It's the visual that nobody wanted. It's Trick Daddy.
So y'all eating Trick Daddy's butt, but y'all can't get vaccinated. Got you. Got you. All right.
Oh my God, Dion, that's fat.
These are tricks.
He's like, I get my name honest.
This daddy is tricking y'all. This daddy is tricking y'all.
Yo, I wasn't ready. I shouldn't have clicked on it. Whew. It's just.
I mean, I don't know his sex history, but I feel like when you have sex a lot, you tend to explore other options of, I just don't like this. I don't like the traditional missionary, the traditional from the back. Let's try different things. And he's probably had sex with numerous women. I don't know if he's married or not. But the way he said women's,
yeah, I'm
assuming that it's a plethora of options and women. He's like, I've had sex with 15 women at the same time. I've had sex on the airplane. And it's like, let's try different things, man.
Yo, I just like, I think for me, it's like, oh, women will sleep with Trick Daddy. That's the thing, man. Man, like, you just have to have actually, you don't, I was going to say you have to have a little bit of money and you ain't good. But no, because I have seen the brokest of broke still pulling. Yeah. And is it just that I don't know Trick Daddy. I just know his radio personality.
He has a great heart.
His music. So he might have a great heart.
You know, nair woman that wanted to sleep with him.
I don't know, Nate. Nope.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So that happened on Twitter.
That did.
So, I don't know. That curiosity kills the cat gets me all the time. Like, I'd be like, what are they talking about? Oh no, I didn't need to know what you was talking about, baby. No.
I like this. I like when people are vulnerable about, what they enjoy in the bed. I like that.
Man. Well, also news, Hurricane Ida came through New Orleans. I'm praying for the people in New Orleans. It's just kind of devastating that 16 years to the day that this takes place again.
It's hurricane season though.
It's hurricane season, but the day. Right. And it's also the people are still without powers. There's flooding. It's what can we do? It's not that people don't want to evacuate. A lot of times it's it costs money to evacuate. You have to have some place to go.
Right.
Why isn't certain infrastructure things being addressed? So prayers to those people.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know what we can do to break up storms. I want to give some sort of Captain Planet powers to just chop up the winds. Just stop this. It's spinning. It's no.
I think, in Dubai, they're playing with this idea of, it's not a full storm, but creating rain.
Right.
So they're creating rain clouds or shooting stuff up in the clouds to make it rain. Literally, make it rain. But then you also have to think, if we just address climate change and the climate crisis,
right,
a lot of these things would not be as devastating as they are. Right now in the U.S., we're fighting hurricanes, amplified hurricanes, fire season.
Yeah.
And like the people up in NorCal that had to be recently evacuated, I think near Tahoe, if I'm correct. The fire has been burning for over a month now. And then you also have drought. Like California is 100% in a drought.
Wow.
And that's just the U.S. So there's other things in other places and other countries happening. If we address the obvious, then some of these things would not be as devastating as they are. Weather is weather, and yeah, it'd be pretty cool to like karate chop a hurricane to make it less.
Stop it.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like there should be, like, it sounds silly, like it'd be like a 1,000,000 ton sort of. I'm thinking about how heavy this would be. 1,000,000 ton like knife that would be up in the air, and when they time it perfectly, so it would just kind of just break up the wind, and it was just like, yo, they try to go around and hit the thing, like, poof, and it was just like,
that would have to cause more devastation somewhere else. Like I feel like in the ocean, the hurricane like creates a tsunami, and then there's flooding. Like it just feels like 1,000,000 ton anything creates a bigger problem.
Well, what if this would be chaotic. What if, so here's the clouds. The airplanes are here, and they're dragging the thing up under it like this. It's like it blowing, is like breaking it up, right? I know you had to have like 15 planes that had that much weight to carry that, but it's breaking up. So every time the wind hits, it'll break it up.
But you have to remember that for every action, there's a reaction. So like you have to think about like what then does that cause to that storm? Like that energy is still there. It's just in different forms. So how is it showcasing itself? Like how does that display?
So what I'm saying is, I hear what you're saying. So it's like if I'm about to punch you, and then a fist comes, the energy is gonna go back this direction.
Or this fist takes that energy and now it's reverberating. And what are those vibrations causing?
It's just shaking. It's gonna shake until it gets done. And then the people that are playing like, oh, I think we got something here. We got something here. And they get took off. Like we just slowed it down.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
I guess.
I think I gotta Google that. You go to the next subject. I'm gonna see how you can break up a hurricane.
I'm just stuck on these news things because I woke up this morning and looked at the news. Have you heard about Texas? Like
what happened in Texas?
So Texas has now the Supreme Court upheld this rule about their abortion ban. So after 6 weeks, when heartbeat is detected, an abortion is not allowed after 6 weeks, and it doesn't matter if it's in cases of incest or rape, regardless. And what makes this law worse is that individuals can now sue providers and those for performing any of these abortions, and that individual does not have to be related to or have been the person that had the abortion. So if you just hear somebody who had an abortion right at 6 weeks or a little after 6 weeks, you can sue the provider for breaking the law, if you will. So that's that. That's you telling a woman what to do with the body. But also in Texas, there's like anti-masking because they refuse to tell people what to do with their bodies.
Right.
So in one hand, I'll be like, choose one side that you stand on and stay there.
Yeah, I think when you have power, you want to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get a cult of people to follow you. That's it.
But that just drives me crazy. Like, you don't have to have a mask mandate because it's your body, your rights. And that's what the exact wording that people who are against masking will say. But then when the people who are pro-choice say, it's my body, my rights, my life, then, those very same anti-maskers will get upset. So I just be like, choose a side.
Yeah.
Are you about life or no?
Yeah, it's one of those things of I got money. This is what I want to do, and I will do whatever I have to do to make people believe that what I'm saying and what I'm doing is right. It's like saying, I am a carnivore. Was it carnivore?
Carnivore.
Carnivore.
Uh-huh.
I am a Christian, and I prefer black women. Now I have to convince the people to follow that. Versus it's like, hey, let people live. They're like, nah, man.
You gotta be just like
you gotta start eating meat, man. You gotta see, and this is the benefits of eating meat. It provides this, and somebody's like, I don't have to follow that. I guarantee you have to follow it, and I'm gonna show you the benefits of it. And if you don't do it, I'm going to make you feel bad for it. So it's like these are the things that they believe now, and versus allowing people to believe what they want to believe, it becomes one of those things of like, I'm going to ostracize you.
Yeah.
For not believing what I believe because you're not gonna make me feel bad.
Yeah, it's disgusting, but here we are. It's America. And these same people were probably crying for the young ladies in Afghanistan for their rights being taken away, and now you're doing the same thing here. I just say choose one side. Choose one side. Anyway, I'm ready to get into the random convos.
Let's do it.
Unless you got more to talk about.
Nope. I'm following your lead.
All right. And as you know, this is Random Ass Convos where we have...
Featuring Dion. Twilla's podcast.
Where we have so many things to talk about. As you clearly heard, there's so many things in the world to talk about. We narrow it down and put several topics in the cup.
She keeps saying we, but it's just her.
The Random Ass Mug. And we pull them out, and that takes how our conversation goes. Yep. All right, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This one is Hotep Ass. So I came across a Facebook post this week that said, are you ready?
Nope.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready now.
You ready now? Okay. Racial programming is why you think Jay-Z and Beyonce sold their souls for their fortune, but think Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos work hard for theirs. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think that is racial, that is racial programming? Like that's a thought correlated with race, that in order for a black person to be successful, then they have to have done something, hard work isn't enough?
I think this is black people always trying to control the narrative and the media. Black people only want black people to fail. White people don't care. They're not loud enough. Even though they're the majority, white people will be like, you can literally, Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill can kiss each other in the mouth when he never make the news. They could, sleep with somebody's daughter, and it's kind of like, yeah, that happened, man. Brad and Angelina broke up. It made the news maybe 4 days, and it goes away. Black people are louder. So when black people, quote unquote, don't get their way, they go to the videos and make things viral. I think a lot of black people will have that crab mentality of only reason why they got it is because of this. Only reason why they're successful is because of this. Like it's a post I posted like a week ago. It was like the reason why your friends and family don't support you is because they can't fathom your progression and their lack of growth. And when they start to see friends and family take off, or black people, they got to find a reason why. That's the only reason they made it is because he did this. So,
like, when I read that statement, because for those of you who don't know, like, when you say sold your soul, people are calling, like, there's theories about the Illuminati. And I thought about that. I was like, are there any white people in the Illuminati? I mean, I know there was some, like, musicians. Like, every musician, everybody thinks these people who uphold these thoughts think this, but it is really like, what is it? Like, have we been told so long that only a few of you can make it, or you only, this is what success looks like, and we're only going to allow a few, and regardless of Beyonce and Jay-Z's talent, and regardless of their business savvy, the only way that they could have made it is by giving up a little something.
Right.
And, you know, like, what is that? Sure, it could be considered racial profiling, but, you know, like, for these white men to have made it based on a little hard work and sweat versus these, you know, these celebrities that we see who've also worked hard and sweated. Like, I guess it is part of the crab mentality, but I guess my question is, where does that come from, and why does it come from? Is it, I guess you're saying because it reflects on them, they feel like it reflects on them per se. Like, if I didn't make it and I see you growing, then I can't support because that's taken away from something.
I have to beat you down. I have to be a conspiracy theorist. I have to be like, the only reason why they made it is because, versus like, they really work hard for this.
Yeah.
Because if I'm somebody who's on the outside who originally was the competition of Destiny's Child, or the original competition of Jay-Z, and you start to kind of see his progression go further, it's kind of hard to really like praise him, because it's like, man, we were once neck to neck, and now you're taking off, and versus saying, hey man, go out there and support Jay-Z's new club, or support his new cologne. It's kind of like, the only reason why they made it is because he hooked up with Beyonce. Yeah. And they just a powerhouse. You got to find a reason to kind of knock them down. Yeah. And, you know.
I think people really have to understand that what success is one, it's a journey. So it's a long journey. But success is also where preparation meets opportunity. Mm-hmm. So just as long as you're consistently prepared, when you meet that opportunity or opportunities, because it might not just be that first opportunity that you come across, because somebody genuinely, like for scripts, might genuinely not like your idea. Right. That doesn't mean that you're not good or you're not prepared. It means that, well, that wasn't the opportunity for you.
It means not yet.
Not yet, exactly. And you have to, like, I guess normalize that. Like, normalize that Black people can make it, can and will make it without selling their souls to the devil. Right. And, you know, because my God is greater, that you don't have to do that. But also, like, don't, and I know it gets hard because we see successful people all around us, our peers who are doing big things. And, you know, on one hand, you could be excited, but sometimes there is that moment of reflection, like, dang, where did I get it wrong at? But just saying that just means I got to work a little bit harder. Right. It doesn't take away from your talent by them being talented and being seen. So, yeah.
I agree, 100%. Yeah. Hotep?
That was Hotep, because I feel like Hoteps always be like, the Illuminati.
Mm-hmm. I think there is an Illuminati, but they're not as loud as Black people want them to be. They'll just kind of like start sponsoring your projects.
They will freeze frame. People will freeze frame an image in a second and be like, "You see this symbolism?" And it would literally be like, I saw one. It was like freeze frame of Beyonce at one of her concerts, and you know, like when you're in it and you sing and you make ugly faces, then somebody freeze framed it and is like, "You see here, this is the moment she was being possessed." I'm like, what the? She was literally just singing mouth wide open. Like, that's different. Yeah. And I think from that moment, I was like, okay, I'm done with this because y'all really reaching.
Well, that is definitely a reach, but there is definitely symbolism in music videos that the artists typically don't have no control over. Yeah. They just kind of trusting their team. Yeah. So it's not even like a specific person. So if I'm the artist, I'm hiring like 5 people around me, like hair and makeup, you know, the pyrotechs, it's the director, and then I'm talking to them directly because obviously they're going to be the people that's going to be touching me. Mm-hmm. Their team could possibly be associated in some sort of Illuminati or something like that. And if they're doing some sort of computer stuff, they can easily add an image in there to kind of really glitch through.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm saying is not even about in the Illuminati. That like they can definitely be infiltrated, and just to kind of say, I'm gonna show just a little bit of a Baphomet head to see if it slipped through the crack, like one frame, just to kind of slip through it because it's going like really quick. And like Beyonce had nothing to do with it, but she's talking to these people who had nothing to do with it. But like the 30 people that's under the director and the computer and graphics and the special effects, they can just slowly add something in there. Who doesn't believe in God at all? Let me just add this in here. Just show.
So that's what my thing is. Like, it could be simply culture. It could simply be somebody who's like, I'm not, like I am a, was it a Satan worshiper? What's the word?
Atheist.
That's just not believing in God. Like,
Satheist.
Satanic beliefs, you can uphold these beliefs and they be like, you know what, it's cool for the culture, for my people, let's just add this in there. Yeah. It has nothing to do with another
and they
person.
Excited.
It's like art. It's just, people, or like, whatever, like we throw crosses and stuff, or look at this symbolism, or shout out Jesus. Like, there's things that people slip their culture into the greater culture. And so sometimes I'm like, it's not that deep.
Right.
Or it could be, but sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Overhyped ass rapper Kanye West released his album on Sunday, only to receive a bunch of backlash and dismal reviews. And it seems like this project that was dedicated to his mother was much overhyped. What are your thoughts on the rapper's newest endeavors? Can I say, first of all,
Please.
A lot of people were upset with Kanye over this album. Like, there was people who felt like they were left off of it. Chris Brown, Soulja Boy. There's also this Chicago rapper, Cowboy, who was like, I was on there, but I got dropped. DJ Envy called him a clown on the Breakfast Club. Clown on the Breakfast Club. And then Childish Gambino says that Kanye, or alluded to that Kanye ripped off his album cover.
Where's the album cover?
So his album cover is all black. For Donda is all black. Like, literally just the black cover. Mm-hmm. And Childish Gambino's, for his 3/15/20 album, was all white.
That's rip off?
And he said, I love being an influential figure. So like,
that's childish.
People are coming for him that way. Then all the reviews I read were pretty bleak. Like, the LA Times said it reeks of desperation. The Guardian said it felt stitched together and rushed.
Jesus.
Are all these people just hating?
Yeah. I enjoy it. It is a movie. I feel like it is a path of what he's been going through. Will I listen to it on regular? No. I feel like it has some fun moments. It is very long. There's a lot of them don't even have choruses. They're just like a lot of sounds. But it's definitely a vibe. Like, it's something to kind of go to sleep to.
I like this song with the Lauryn Hill sample.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
And then the one with The Weeknd and Lil Baby.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that song.
Yes. So my homegirl, Nene Favor said, so basically Donda is the good big dick man brags about only to find out it wears baggy magnums with low stamina. Hilarious. As in, like, you knew it was coming out. Yeah. It's gonna be the greatest album of all time.
It also, like, so Kanye, as much as he gets on my nerves, right, and as much as he is, not uncanceled, because slavery was not a choice. He was not uncanceled, but I do feel like he is very artsy. Mm-hmm. I think
trying stuff, man.
Yeah, he's trying new stuff. I think people still want, like, more of that My Beautiful
Kanye.
Twisted Dark Fantasy, that album, which was genius.
Right.
But his art is on another level. Like, I could see this actually being a museum art exhibit.
Absolutely.
Like, you go to the museum and experience this album.
Right.
I think that's what he tried to make that last viewing party we saw, where the people were just running around the house. I don't standing on the porch.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was supposed to be a listening museum experience, which combines, I hate the word high art, but like more art and the pop culture that is hip hop, combining those two and creating an experience.
That is on the nose. I could definitely see this being an experience. Like, imagine every track has a visual that goes perfectly with the music and sound. Like, you ever heard of that Pink Floyd's album that goes with Wizard of Oz?
I haven't heard it.
You ever heard of that before?
I heard of the album, yeah.
No, I'm talking about, have you heard of that story though?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so it's like their music goes side by side. Like, if you turn the volume down on Wizard of Oz and then play this Pink Floyd song, it goes perfectly with it.
I want to watch that. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
I'm sure somebody's on YouTube. I'm sure somebody's doing that already.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, I kind of feel like it is a vibe. I highly doubt people will go back to kind of listen to it because he's doing a lot of singing and chants and just kind of like like he's just having fun, man. But like I said, this could be the start of a whole new sound.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people might follow suit because this felt right down the line of The Weeknd.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Kanye is always going to be different. He's always wanted to be cutting edge. He's always wanted to do a project dedicated to his mom. So, like, shout out for being different and bold enough to be different and walking that. I just, like, with so much writing on this and this being, like, his mom's, an ode to his mom, I wonder if the negative reviews, it's Kanye, so probably not, but if the negative reviews plays with him. Like, how does that feel where you put your heart and soul in something and the people don't get it?
And what makes it worse is you brought out two people that was quote unquote canceled this year. So you're
Wait, who's the other person? I know the baby.
Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was
Manson.
I'm sorry. Marilyn Manson
Yeah.
was accused for sexual abuse for a bunch of women, and this year alone, they said they were mentally abusing him and physically abusing him, and sexually.
I was like, he just wanted to make a statement.
Yeah,
because he was he's canceled too.
Who? Right.
Yeah.
So he have all three of them. I know they're leaning over here. This monitor's leaning. But hold on. Yeah. So he brought them both out, and I don't know if that's going to. It won't help at all. But for the most part, he was definitely making a statement. But now you're bringing on two other waves of canceled people to your concert. Yeah. So now you're going to make your album the center of
conversation.
And I'm not gonna like it because you're not acknowledging the issue that just happened.
Right.
You're not protecting the victims.
I wonder if, like, to be on his team and he's like, yo, let's bring Marilyn Manson out. Yeah, first of all, like, I just want you to know that he is canceled. Like, let's just start there.
Says who?
Because the women, there was this thing, women, Me Too, you don't want to involve that.
I had 2 sold out concerts.
Also,
bring them out.
He just put out a gospel album and Marilyn is... Okay. All right, yeah. And then also, another thing, Soulja Boy, you know, he did a verse on this and it was a good verse, so we were just thinking maybe we should keep it, like, right here. Like, in this song right here.
So you want to keep Soulja Boy's song?
Yeah.
He's not canceled. I only want people that's canceled on the album.
Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking about your sales because this was a really expensive process. You rented out stadiums for this.
You got the invoice?
Yeah.
I'm not paying it. And guess what's going to happen?
We have.
Guess I'm going to jail tonight. Guess I'm going to jail tonight.
All right. So we doing this. Cool. One more thing.
God's gonna have my belt tonight. Yes.
Okay.
One more thing.
Just one more thing. you leaked Drake's address, and that was kind of foul. Can we just delete it?
We playing checkers, not chess.
Don't you usually want to play chess?
We playing checkers, not chess. I'm childish.
Oh.
I get right to it. I'm not being strategic.
So we just went and deleted it. So.
Do you know what Drake did to me?
No.
I don't either. So going back to it was an interview what Drake did. What Kanye West did to Drake. It's pretty funny. So they were vibing out. They were talking. They were patching up old wounds.
Uh-huh.
And then he had said, "Hey, I really like this song. I think you should hop on it. It'd be a dope little song to show that we're back together." It was the Poopity Scoop. So he gave him the track.
Kanye gave Drake Poopity Scoop.
He gave him the beat.
Oh.
To rap on it.
Uh-huh.
He said, "Write your verse, I write my verse."
Uh-huh.
So Drake was writing on it, and then Kanye West dropped that song that like, "Nigga, like this is your verse right here." And that was his jab of, when you hop on my track, this is what you're gonna sound like. Poopity scoop. Scoopity poop. And Drake was like, wow. So now we're playing like this. As in, you heard the beginning of how fire is gonna be, but when Drake hops on, it's gonna sound like poopity scoop.
Wow.
Poopity scoop. Poopity poop. Poopity scoop.
Scoopity poop.
Yep. That's how Kanye West play.
Wow, he is childish. Checkers all day. Man. But yeah, so I'd be interested to see down the line, like 10 years from now, how people think about this album.
Yeah.
Because people didn't like Lauryn Hill's Unplugged, but people, I feel like more recently, are giving her like the roses for that album.
I still don't like it. No, so we had a discussion. I would like to bring you in.
Okay.
It's gonna come out on one of the podcasts that I hopped on. If you had to choose, overall, bodies of work, bodies of work,
Okay.
acting, rapping, singing, everything attached to it. Whatever you choose, the other one won't be around. Lauryn Hill versus Erykah Badu.
Wait,
You gonna look in the monitor?
what? Why would you do that? So that means no Sister Act 2 if I said Lauryn Hill.
It's gone. If you choose Erykah,
I mean, if I choose Erykah, no Sister Act 2.
no, I mean, not her as a lead. They probably went on without her.
Well, if they went on with that, because that's the movie.
She ain't write the movie.
Lauryn has like 1.5 albums. Erykah got bodies of work. I don't think I should have this conversation.
Okay, well, let's.
I feel like a traitor, man. Like, either way, I'm wrong. I would. Oh, can I get canceled for this answer?
That's funny. That's funny. One has to go always makes people.
Oh my
cringy.
gosh, that's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even say it. I can't. My mind knows what I want to say. I just.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to answer. We will have that on the podcast next week. You will hear that answer from the squad, pun intended. So, I'm glad you didn't have an answer.
Yeah, I just have a response.
That's funny.
I can't do that one. That's a good one. Okay. But
I definitely canceled Lauren. That just means
sacrilegious. All right.
Sacrilegious?
Yes. So this one is tragic ass. Do you remember the show Grace Under Fire?
Grace Under Fire,
It was
no.
in the 90s, so it was like right after Home Improvement. Brett Butler, she was the star of Grace Under Fire, was in a story this week in the Hollywood Reporter, detailing her life after her show was canceled. So Grace Under Fire came out swinging. It was a great show. It was still like kind of like that Roseanne tone of poor white people in the South, right? Mm-hmm. And she's a single mom on camera. So I think she at one point was making $250,000 per episode. Mm-hmm. Since that time, like after the show was canceled, halfway through, I want to say the 4th season, maybe the 5th season, she dealt with addictions, being homeless, and now is trying to get her life on her feet. Mm-hmm. And in part of her interview, she said that she had a lot of money, but she gave a lot of money away because she felt guilty for having it and battling that sense of not worthiness. And that's what caught my eye. Like, I was like, of course, it's a tragic story. We'll see her on camera sometimes. I think she was like on The Walking Dead. She was. I gotta look her up. Keep going. She was also in The Morning Show on Apple TV. But she doesn't get paid nowhere near as much as she used to make. Yeah. And like, she's a stand-up comedian, but she's also a phenomenal actress. But that idea of like that guilt when you get money, and she's not the only person I've heard say that. Like, we've come up in that time period where we see a lot of like influencers making it to the point they're making a certain amount of money. Right. And they talk about either like that guilt of having money or like that survivor's remorse, feeling like, you know, I don't necessarily want to spend this money or I shouldn't have this money. Mm-hmm. And it's just the idea of like, man, you really have to be whole before you start having certain things or it gets squandered. Right. I 100% agree. Because like she was like, she lost her home. She had a farm at one point. She lost her farm. And just to be like, I made it off of my hard work, but I'm not feeling worthy enough to have this money. What is your I can't say solution, but what is your point? Like, are you upset? You think she shouldn't feel that way? Do you feel like it's a mental health illness? I think it's just that, like, for a lot of people, life can change in an instant, right? Like, mm-hmm. you can be plucked from obscurity and then, like, given this limelight. Like, comedians don't make a bunch of money just doing shows. Right. So now you're like, oh, we're going to give you a show. And this show is going to be, I think it was like the number 4 spot nationally for all TV shows. And so now you're getting all this attention. And meanwhile, you still got family suffering. And I shouldn't have made it. Like, this person helped me out. I think it's a wholeness that you have to come to. So kind of like how we talk about, like, in marriage, before you enter a marriage or any relationship, you have to be whole and confident in yourself. I think there should almost be like a class or for people, because we see this happen with athletes and social media influencers. And I don't know how you address that, because you don't know it's an issue until you make it. I just want to know why this brought to your attention. Like, you feel like this happens, this is going to happen? Like, I was like, I just thought that was such a, when I say tragic ass, that was such a line of like, because this happens a lot. People make money, and then because it is also a poverty mind, being from a broke. It's kind of what's called not trauma. Remorse, survivor's remorse. Yeah, it's like I shouldn't be making this much money, man. I make a lot of money, and my friends are not. So you feel like I want all of us to make it, and people haven't worked for it, mm-hmm. and now they're just kind of living off of you, and it's like that happens a lot, because it's like I worked hard for it, and it's like I don't want to let people know that I know a lot of my friends that have a lot of money, and they say, you need some money, let me know. Yeah, it's like, no, just donate it, man. Like, do what you need to do what you need to do to clean and clear your consciousness. Build, buy a house, buy property, invest in people's businesses, because they feel bad. That's like, man, y'all still struggling, or you still struggling, or I see you over there. You know? I think I'm like, how do you address it if you don't know it's an issue to be addressed? Because you just worked so hard for the thing, and you know that you dream about money coming. You dream about not having to struggle, but when you get it, there's that mentality. And I think, like, I know a couple of people, like I saw a podcast with Kev on Stage talking about it, and Lovey also talking about it. Like, you just have to get at some point where you're like, okay, I have it. I can spend it. It's mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I'm not being brand new. I worked hard for this. And some people are wise enough to be like, let me go to therapy and figure out what my feelings are around this, so I'm not stupid with this money.
Because you grew up with broke people.
Yeah.
And then y'all fantasize about what y'all gonna do with y'all money. But when only one of y'all making money, it's hard to accept that. Because it's like, yeah, man, we should do this. Like, no, you can do that.
Right.
We can't do it. And it's like, help us.
Yeah. You know, that reminds me of something that was trending on Twitter a few weeks ago. Have you heard about Broke Bobby?
Broke Bobby?
Yes.
No.
So there's this TikToker who did a video talking about his friends and how, like, they have a Forbes list of friends. And on his friends, like, the person who makes... It's like the friends that you travel with, right? The top 9 friends that is cool to travel with. And one is, or like you would take certain vacations with, and the top earner on that list makes $5 million a year, or projected to make $5 million a year, and the person who made the least made $125,000 a year, and they were like, hey, we call him Broke Bobby.
Oh boy.
So this is your friends, these are your money friends, and it had columns like how many paid days off you have, are you married or single. Somebody on that list was like, it said complicated 70% single. But it was like, how much would you spend on like a 3-day vacation or a 7-day vacation? How much are you willing to spend? Are you willing to go in on a private jet and things like that? Right. So there's friends together making money. But I was like, if I was Broke Bobby, I would have a complex, because
I mean, that's good. Your goals are higher.
Your goals are higher. But then he said, the TikToker said, not to say that I don't have friends that make less than this. And he said it works for them. So it's like
it's
no judgment. It's their he was like, but I have friends that make less than this. And then he showed in another video the list of his friends that make between $25,000 and $92,500 a year. And he called it the welfare 10 list.
That's funny.
I was like, this?
I mean, it's different tax bracket, man. Different circle of friends.
And it was like, are you willing, like for the travel thing, are you willing to eat out at non-chain restaurants? Are you, like, it felt like a super flex. Like,
yeah, it is.
It's a super flex.
Yeah, just like when we went to the yacht party. It was a super flex.
Who's flexing on who?
When you take pictures, you typically flexing. You're not. If you don't post it, it's like, okay, I'm just enjoying life. Mm-hmm. But everyone definitely posted those pictures. That's a flex. That's like, oh, we living out here, huh? Black people enjoying themselves. That's a flex. Enjoying. You enjoy the fruits of your labor. When you post stuff like that, you want to kind of like, this is what we do when we.
I would have a complex if I was Broke Bobby. I'm just saying, like, I'd be like, my $125,000 is not good enough. And to be fair, it's really not that much money when you think about it in life, compared to like what type of lifestyle you want to do and what you want to do,
right?
Where you live. Because if you live in Cali, $125,000 is gone. You can't even own a house.
Yeah, you can.
Barely.
You can own a house.
Barely.
$125,000. Mm-hmm. You can own a house.
Do you know how much these houses go for?
But you're not paying for cash money.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's going to be tight. Your mortgage is going to be high.
No.
Okay.
You don't need no other money.
You need a side money or something. But yeah. So you fine being Broke Bobby. You fine with your list.
Yeah. How you know you ain't Broke Bobby?
Oh, I know I'm Broke Bobby.
So why you just say you would have a complex if you Broke Bobby?
Well, because my friends ain't put it on no list and nicknamed me Broke Bobby and said, "Ha, it's a joke."
You definitely in a different text group chat. It's like, yo, we gonna go in and talk about this. We gonna exclude Twilla out of this.
It honestly, like, especially to like with my friends who started making money earlier than the other people, I would just politely decline, be like, I can't afford to eat there. I am a starving artist. No, I am not doing this with you. Like, I was just like, I can't afford this. Or when you go on vacations, you just talk up front, like, You do need that list. I'm not mad at that list.
Embarrassing.
I'm not mad at the list because you do want to know who you could travel with in the way that you want to travel.
Right.
I'm just mad that you called Bobby broke.
Yeah. It's embarrassing when you have friends that do it big.
Yeah.
We going to a club. We going to get drinks. We gonna rent this out. You be like, all right. Do we really need all this tonight? We gonna be here for
one night.
we gonna be here for a whole week. Do we have this every night? Yeah, we in Vegas, baby. It's my bachelor party. Let's do it big. Since you the best man, you gonna pay for.
I definitely just had this conversation with friends.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I love my girls and I want to have fun. But guess what? Like, some of us are living off our businesses right now. We just want to make sure it's going to still be there.
And then some of us, it's me.
And some of us is this one right here.
Yeah.
So, at first it was kind of hard to have that conversation early on because you feel a certain way. But then, I guess now at this point, I just feel like, hey, guess what? I can't.
I ain't doing it.
I ain't doing it, and I don't feel bad.
But do it for my wedding. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the wedding.
I ain't gonna do it.
Do it for
Where's that little girl at right now?
Man, she's like 53. Let me look her up right now. Oh, so when I looked up the hurricane thing, it had said something about it was called a bubble chain.
Oh, so a thing does exist.
Yeah, it was something that kind of like it just kind of breaks up the chaos. Like I said,
maybe,
it's a chain.
Maybe you're a genius.
Ain't no maybe, man. Ain't no maybes. I'm a genius.
I said I'm gonna stick with my maybe. I'm gonna stick with what I said.
I'm not going to acknowledge that.
Oh man, as
bubble
always,
curtain.
Bubble curtain.
It's called the bubble curtain. A series of what's it?
Perforated pipes that use compressed air to bubble deep, cold ocean water up to the surface, cutting off storm system supply of the warm water it needs to intensify the hurricane. So it's not a 1,000,000-ton knife. It's just pulling the cold air to help slow down the.
And they couldn't do that, huh? They couldn't do that. They couldn't drop. They couldn't drop some ice cubes on. You couldn't drop no ice cubes on a tornado.
I just even breaking the tray. Hold on.
I got it, man. I got it. Hold on, man. Meteorologist. If it's about the hot air versus the cold air when it comes to tornadoes and hurricanes, can't y'all just get a large ice tray, break up a bunch of pieces of ice, and then cool off the hurricane?
Old school chiseling. Nice.
Just chiseling. If go to Antarctica, get a huge iceberg, and then drop it on top of the hurricane.
You know how many hurricanes there are per season? Antarctica is not gonna have no more ice.
But you're breaking up people, man. I guarantee everybody in New Orleans will be excited that their house is not destroyed, not up on the water. You breaking it up because what it is I'm gonna tell you, a hurricane is a fraternity like, hey, we in here, hey. And it's like, hey, hold on my new outfit? No, we can't go on to America. We got to go back into the ocean now because he messed up my outfit. This is gonna happen.
Wow, yeah, you're funny.
Thank you. I'm a genius. Ain't no maybes.
What was that?
Ain't no maybes.
I heard a little gurgle.
Because my insides was like, yeah. I didn't hear no gurgle.
I heard it was the stomach, but in the throat.
Mm-hmm. I got a stomach in my throat because it's the first line of defense. I chew stuff and they're like, let's see if he good. That's why I never get sick.
Anyways.
You hear that? My stomach was definitely growling.
Oh no.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's
all
it.
right. We pushed it. I think we went an hour and 55 minutes.
You know what? Sometimes conversation just be good.
Yeah.
It's sometimes fun talking to you.
I love it.
What was that?
That was a toddler learning how to clap.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to Random Ass Convos with Twilla and Dion. As you know, not only we're on YouTube or Facebook, we're also on
Spotify, Apple Music,
Apple Podcast,
and
everywhere else where podcasts are played. So thank you so much for supporting, for listening. If you want to go back to the archives, you can do that on our pages. Be sure to follow. Be sure to comment. Be sure to hit that notification button so you can get notified each time these go live. I get notifications. I hit the notification.
I get notifications.
And it comes up to my phone, and I'd be like, "Ooh, guess what?
We're gonna watch this.
Random Ass Convos with Twilla and Dion.
We're gonna watch this.
Do I watch it? Yes. I support myself.
I play it in the bathroom.
Oh, that's your place of choice.
That's my place of choice. Because I giggle at my antics to myself. These are the hands when I need to make a point.
Well, you're making lots of points.
Diving into the point.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up
Point
again.
Pool.
Thank you all.
Point pool.
25 episodes.
This is the point right here. I'm diving into the point pool. Toodaloo.